In the view of renowned oil market expert Robert McNally, what would determine the amount of revenue that Guyana sees from its astonishing new finds will be driven much more by the crazy global oil market than anything else.
Oil prices are prone to wild swings, and we've known that since the beginning of the modern oil market in 1859. And the wild swings of oil prices were always unacceptable to industry and to governments.
After all, oil is the lifeblood of modern civilization, the non-resident fellow at the Columbia University Center on Global Energy Policy reasoned.
And so in history, we've seen groups attempt to suppress the volatility, to give stability to the oil price, and allow industry and governments to invest. Those groups included the Texas Railroad Commission in the United States, John D. Rockefeller Standard Oil, and more recently OPEC. But the reason that we have seen wild volatility in recent years, with the oil price quintupling almost from 2003 to 2008, and falling 60% in 6 months in 2014, which normally doesn't happen, this reflects that we don't have an effective swing producer.
The author of the book, Crude Volatility, The History and the Future of Boom-Bust Oil Prices 2017, said that in early March, some organizations of the petroleum exporting countries OPEC Plus are meeting and will decide on collective cuts to keep oil prices from falling. He said one of the problems they're dealing with is Guyana already,
whose new oil supply is coming onto an already glutted market. So Guyana is starting to register on the OPEC market screen. If OPEC Plus is unsuccessful in early March, the price of oil could fall from $60, $64 today to $30 or lower in a few months. And then the Guyanese Finance Ministry and the Guyanese Department of Energy would have to reckon with much less money.
What Guyana needs to understand as a brand new oil producer is that oil prices can be prone to wild swings, and this is in addition to problems like the resource curse and Dutch disease he cautioned.
And one must be very cautious about assuming any given price will be the price that you can base your revenues off of for the next 10 or 15 and 20 years. Oil is a long-term game. You have to think long-term. And my point is, consider that we are on Space Mountain in terms of prices and therefore revenues to the state of Guyana.
He said his message is not necessarily a happy one, but all he's trying to do is share what he has learned so that persons associated with the oil boom are aware of the market they are now joining. Handel Duncan, HGP Nightly News.